Yo guys, what is going on? RudyWayTCG back at it again with another fire video. Today we're going to be going over the Lost March deck, going into Collinsville Regionals right after OCIC. Judging by the fact that not many Ultra Necrozma, actually zero got into top 8, we are actually going to be cutting Sky Pillar here in favor of Emolga. So this is the list that I have been running. It works pretty well. The only change I might make is to cut an Oranguru for another Marshadow, but I unfortunately do not have two Baby Marshadow online, so we're going to be running the two Oranguru. But basically, it's pretty straightforward list for Trumbeak, for Hoppip, for Skiploom, for Jumpluff, for Emolga, obviously 3 Natu, 1 Baby Marshadow. That's all the Lost Marchers you need, and Nuzzly Gathering. If you don't already know, you can search. This is a new card from Team Up. Once during your turn, you may search for a Pokemon that has the Nuzzle attack, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it combos really nicely with Communication and Lost Blender to help you boost some damage. And with these new tag teams, the damage boost is really nice. So we got 4 Great Ball, really consistent card, especially when you're playing this many Pokemon. 4 Lost Blender, obviously combos with Emolga, 3 Net Ball so that you can search out your Grass Energy and your Hoppips, really important card. 4 Communication, all these Pokemon can be shuffled back into the deck and replaced. 1 Rescue Stretcher, not the most important card, but it can help to grab Marshadows that are discarded. And cards like Oranguru if you need it, and stuff that you had to discard early. You don't have to discard anything actually at all. So for Cynthia, for Lily, the best 2 draw supporters in the game right now. 3 Guzma. I'd like to find a 4th, but there is no room at this time. 1 Super Boost Energy to counteract Shuckle. 3 Grass Energy and 3 DCE. Some people are running 4 DCE, but I think that since you only have 3 Natu, you don't need more than 3 DCE. So that is going to be it for the list. Let's get into some games on the ladder. Alright, gonna queue up here with Lost March. Alright, searching for the opponent here. Taking a bit of time, but should come pretty quickly. Alright, so we're playing against Hyperpuff here, who seems to be also running Lost March due to his typing. This should be interesting. I will be going first, obviously, to try and set up. And we do start out with a mulligan. Most likely not going to matter because the turn 1 Marshadow is actually pretty strong in this matchup. But depending on what he starts, we might not want to do that. So we'll see what we get off of our opening hand. And we do start a Emolga, so that is pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to not bench Natu since we're going first, and we got to just check what we are going to be drawing. And we're going to start the game. So this hand is pretty weird. I'm going to start out playing both of my net balls, sorry, my bad, to grab Hoppips, because grabbing the Grass Energy wouldn't do anything right now. And I'm also trying to thin my deck out for the Great Ball play, which I'm going to want to hit a Marshadow or something of the sort. Hoppips coming down. Not going to play the Trumbeak just yet because I want to see if we can even draw out of it at this point. So we do find a Hoppip, not the best draw, but we do have 2 Skiplooms in hand, which is pretty nice. And we are going to be playing this Trumbeak down so that we can maybe disrupt our opponent. We'll see. Mountain Pass. He has a Hoppip on top of his deck. That is actually pretty unfortunate because he is guaranteed another Pokemon to try and get into the Lost Zone. And we might as well bench the Natu here because there is nothing to lose. So I'm going to pass the turn. Maybe should have Nuzzly Gathering there, but we'll see. Because if we do top deck a Lost Blender, we will be forced to throw away a Skip Loom. Actually, I don't even know if I would want to throw away a Skip Loom. So we'll just see what we top deck. Not the greatest opening hand in the world, but we'll have to work with it. So we see a communication from our opponent. I didn't see what he shuffled away, but he did play the Great Ball first. Most likely going to be grabbing either a Marshadow or another Hoppip. Yep, another Hoppip coming down into play. And a pass. So his hand did not have draws. And that is an amazing draw off of the top of the deck. I'm going to use 2 Floral Paths to the Sky. And depending on what energy we hit, only 3 Jump Off Inject. Let me take a good look at the deck because I didn't take a look before. Only 1 Lily is prized, 1 Grass Energy is prized. Okay, so pretty much all the stuff we are going to need to be needing is in the deck at this point. I didn't actually check how many Emolgas we have, so let me check that right now. Oh, we only have, alright, we have 3 Emolgas. That is plenty. Alright. Going to be dropping this Lily for 6. We hit a Lost Splendor. I think I am going to... We didn't hit the energy, which is unfortunate. But first, before we do that, I'm going to Nuzzly Gathering, Lost Splendor away Emolga, and another Emolga to draw an extra card. Try and hit a Let Loose or a Rangaroo off of the Great Ball, and if we don't, then I will Communication away the Natu. That sounds like a plan to me. So Nuzzly Gathering to get the last Emolga out of the deck. Going to Lost Splendor them both away. Drawing a card. Drew into the energy, which is really good here. Of this Great Ball, I'm hoping to hit either a Jumpluff or... actually, he does only have 3 cards in hand, so I think I'm going to go with the Mountain Pass here, just because I did find the energy already. And I do have a Communication in hand, so we're going to just be taking a knockout on this Natu. And hoping to, if he does have a draw supporter on top of his deck, we can get rid of it. So, Mountain Pass here. He does have a Guzma, which is an okay find, but it does thin his deck to help him find a draw supporter. So I'm going to just hold my hand here, retreat into the Jumpluff, and Lost March. Taking 1 prize card. We do find the 4th Jumpluff out of the deck. So we'll see what my opponent can come up with here. But going first in this matchup is a pretty big advantage, not going to lie. So he does get the Jumpluff out. Marshadow, Let Loose. That is okay with me. It gets the Jumpluff out of hand, even though we did have the Communication. And we drew it again. So doesn't really matter because we do have the Communication, as I said before. But the unfortunate thing is that we are going to lose the only energy on our board. So I'm going to promote Jumpluff here because it does have free retreat. Search for the energy with a Communication to find one of our drawing Pokemon, and then alright, so he did play. Let me check how many he has in here. I think he has 3, so he is currently not getting the knockout, but he will most likely find something. Yep, and there it is. So I'm going to be digging for the energy on this upcoming turn. We do have the Super Boost, and I think all 3 DCE in deck, and there's only 1 Grass prize, so we should definitely be able to find it here. And we do get Let Loose again. That kind of does help here because our hand didn't have much going on. But we'll see what we can draw. Alright, so we did hit the energy here and the Instruct, which is kind of nice here. I'm going to be looking to Great Ball for a Skip Loom, but we'll see. Alright, so I might as well bench the Instruct now, play the Great Ball to Thin Hand, and we hit a Jump Bluff, but I don't really want that right now. So I'm just going to pass up on getting it, play the Super Boost onto the active, Instruct for 1. Maybe we hit a Draw Supporter here if we are lucky. Nope, just a Guzma, and there's no Nuzzly Gathering in the deck, so there's no point in playing that. So I'm just going to Lost March here. We do have the Nuzzly Gathering on the bench for that free retreat, which is very nice indeed. And we did actually have the 4th Skip Loom prize. I wasn't paying attention to that beforehand, so that is my bad. He does send up his Emolga. Mountain Pass. Hopefully he doesn't get rid of a Draw Supporter, but we do have 2 Guzma. Oh, he did get rid of a Cynthia. That's not the end of the world because we didn't need to do much during our next turn, especially due to the fact that we do have Let Loose in hand. So we're going to see the Nuzzly Gathering grabbing the Emolga. Most likely, oh, alright, so 120 damage. That is more than enough to kill the Jump Bluff. Going to promote the Emolga here. Alright, so we do have 3 Guzma in hand. Floor Pot to the Sky here will thin the deck so that we can hopefully draw into our energy. And there is... Oh, so we didn't have our last Skip Loom prize. We did have our last Skip Loom prize, but we still had another one in deck. So I am actually going to set up another Hoppip line if I end up drawing into that. But once again, we will see what the draws consist of off of this Let Loose. So we did draw into the DCE here. That means I can attack with not to, which is pretty fortunate. 2 Jump Bluff down here. I could Stretcher 1 back into hand to boost damage, but we don't really need to boost any damage in this matchup. But I could Communication, Rescue Stretcher, and then Communication it to try and find another Hoppip, which actually does seem like the play. Alright, so Communication coming down, getting rid of the Jump Bluff, and this does open up Instruct for us during this turn. Huh. How much Grass Energy is left in deck? 1, and there's 2 DC, so I think I'm going to actually opt to bench the not to here. There's always enough time in the game to evolve. So we're going to bench the not to here. Instruct, most likely going to draw into nothing that we really need, but why not draw the extra cards? Alright, so we did hit a Cynthia here. I don't know how much more I need to do during our next turn, so I don't know if I'm going to play the Cynthia, but definitely going to retreat into that not to. I guess there's no reason to not play the Cynthia here. Just to draw some more cards, see what we get. And we do get a Trumbeak. Don't really need to play it, but why not? Maybe it will stop him. And we do actually hit a Cynthia here, so that could help somewhat, but not expecting that it will do too much. And yep, just Lost March. Alright, drawing a Lost Blender off of the prizes here. He's going to promote Emolga. And Nuzzly Gathering from our opponent. I believe he does have another Emolga in hand, unless he did Marshadow it away last turn. Not sure. We're going to see the netball come down. And there's not really much he can do since we did go first, and I will be streaming knockouts every single turn. He does get the Jump Bluff down. The energy he did hit. Lost Blender. Drawing another card. Netball, most likely for a Hoppip. And a whiff. So he does have the Natu on the bench. I'm actually going to promote Jumpluff here because it doesn't really matter. I have Free Retreat on it, but I do have the DCE in hand. Yeah, I'm going to commit the DCE here. Don't really need to see any of these anymore, so I'm just going to Lost Blender away these two. Drawing into Lily. Might as well play it. Yep, communication. That's a fine draw here. We're going to get another hop up down just to set up for the upcoming turns so that we have 3 attackers left to finish off the game. Retreating into Natu and taking another knockout here on the Jumpluff. So, due to the last Emolga, it doesn't really matter at this point. I think we got this one just about locked up. Especially if he can't find what he needs during this turn. We're going to see the Lost Blender probably getting rid of 2 Emolga here. Just hoping to draw something that can help him. And he concedes. So that is a game 1. The deck drew pretty well that game. And again, we did go first, so we did have the chance to get the first knockout. And as long as we consistently streamed from there, we would win the game no matter what. So it's a pretty good example of how well this deck runs. And thankfully, we actually did not get this team up pack because that would have taken some time. So we're going to get right into another match. This will probably be the last one for today. Psychic Grass Dark. Not really sure what we're going up against here, but we will see. Alright, again, we won the coin flip. Online Tails seems like it's been Old Faithful. So yeah, we'll see what we start here. We start with a pretty decent hand. We'll see what we can do with it. So, we're going to start Hop Up here. Not really sure what the opponent's playing, but since I did see the Dark type, it's most likely some type of Zoroark. Oh. I think this is Regigigas, Hoopa, Shuckle. This is actually a really unfavorable matchup now that I'm thinking about it, but I think I'm going to Great Ball first because there's nothing really to lose. Alright, so we did hit a Hop-It. So we are going to be getting down all 4 of our Hop-It this game. And our only answer to Shuckle is that Super Boost Energy. So I do believe that we need to get all 4 Hop-Up down at the same time. Yeah. Let me take a quick run through the deck to see if... Alright, so we actually only have 2 Jumpluff. That means we cannot Super Boost for the full 4. Super Boost is in deck though, so as long as we do take 1 prize on this Regigigas, we should be okay. Unless we don't draw it. We need to draw it off of the prizes. So, that seems fine to me. Gonna be lilying for 5 cards here. Yep, that seems good to me. 4 Hop-Up down. Always nice on the first turn of the game. Honestly, I think I just bench the Emolga and hold everything else. Yep, that seems fine to me. And obviously he's going to bench that Shuckle, so that is actually really unfortunate that we hit this kind of matchup going into the first game. And that we did prize 2 Jumpluff, so we don't have an answer to it. The Resolve, most likely going to pull out an Acerola, so we can't. Our only win condition is that we don't attack this Regigigas until we have all 9 Pokemon in the discard, or in the Lost Zone, my bad. Yeah, so we're just going to Cynthia here. Yep. Only one Skiploom here. That is really unfortunate. Nonetheless, we're going to Floral Path to the sky. Oh, we did actually have one Jumpluff in hand. I wasn't really counting correctly. So we do actually have a chance in this game to win. Yeah, not much else I could do here, so I'm just going to pass it back to him. He definitely has a lot of good cards in there because of the Stevens. Was hoping to hit the Marshadow there, but unfortunately did not. But that is okay. If he does take a knockout... Alright, so we only have 2 in the Lost Zone here. So let's see, how much would this be? 6, 8... If we got... Alright, so we can only get 3 up because the 1 Jumpluff is priced, so we can get 6 in there, plus some Emolga damage. Getting 9 in here will be a stretch for sure, but it is definitely manageable. Again, going to see a Stevens resolve from my opponent. I'm pretty sure he's actually playing 1 copy of Unknown Hand as well. Another unfortunate series of draws. This Grass Energy, I will commit. Play down Mountain Pass number 1. Nothing. That is 3 in the Lost Zone. Mountain Pass number 2. Again, we knew that it was nothing from before. I am going to commit the Oranguru to the board. Instructing for 1. And that hand is highly unfortunate. So we're just going to pass it back to him. Thankfully, in this matchup, we do have a lot of time to set up our attackers. The Ancient Crystal does come down. Oh, and a Crushing Hammer. I forgot that they played Crushing Hammer. That attachment was definitely a misplay. Let's see. I think Regirock takes 30 less damage. Yeah, 30 less damage. So we're going to need actually 11 Pokemon in the Lost Zone to get the knockout here. Alright, so we can get a total of, through Trumbeaks and Skiplooms, we can get 10. And benching the Oranguru proves to be unfortunate. So we're actually forced just to pass it back to our opponents here. Wow. That is insane. So we may or may not see a Skull Grunt during this turn, which would actually be... Okay, so he's going to Lucamine to grab back 2 Resolves, meaning he will have everything in hand. So benching that Oranguru was actually a misplay last turn. And we do draw nothing but a Grass Energy, so we're just going to be forced to pass it back to our opponent. A Skull Grunt here would be really unfortunate. But, alright, so he just does Stevens Resolve. I am going to take out the Regigigas with a Grass Energy, because that will allow me to use the Super Boost to take out the Shuckle. So, we're going to draw here. Communication. That does help a little bit. We can get another Jumpluff into play. That will make the Lost Zone consist of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Pokemon. Only needing 5 more to take a knockout. I don't think he will actually bench anything other than the Shuckle, because those could be win conditions for me. So definitely taking out the Regigigas first is the correct play. He's going to just Stevens Resolve again, so we are praying for the top deck once again. Just waiting for him to pick his cards at this point. Emolga. Actually, at this point, I should be Nuzzly Gathering so that I don't draw into Emolgas. Definitely misplaying here. But if he's going to be Stevens Resolving and Lucamining every turn, it doesn't really matter. Most likely going to see either a Lucamine or a Stevens Resolve and then a pass from our opponent. Just waiting on him to make the move. Yep, Lucamine and then a pass, most likely. And this is exactly why Lucamine was banned in Expanded. Alright, so we do have the communication to get out a Jumpluff. The third Jumpluff needed for the Super Boost, and that will make 8 Pokemon in the Lost Zone? Yeah, 8 Pokemon in the Lost Zone. I think I do evolve the active here. But again, 8 Pokemon is not enough. We need 11. So, we'll be Nuzzly Gathering again here to try and thin the deck to draw into a draw supporter. And just going to pass. So we do, that is 8 in the Lost Zone, so I will need 1 more Trumbeak and a, okay, so he is going to Guzma. I think he might actually start attacking this turn, which could be bad. Okay, if we don't get a draw supporter, which we do not, I'm just going to Guzma back the Regigigas. Nuzzly Gathering first to get the Emolga into hand. Then play the Great Ball. I will grab the Natu just to thin the deck once again. And pass to my opponent. He will most likely Stevens Resolve or Lucamine here again, or he could Team Skull Grunt, which would be bad because we would be running out of Grass Energy. I'm pretty sure he does have Enhanced Hammers in hand. So yeah, we're just going to see the Lucamine here, most likely for Guzma and Stevens Resolve. Or yeah, Guzma and another's Lucamine, my bad. And most likely a pass. Yep. And finally, we get the draw supporter we've been looking for. Absolutely sure about playing the Cynthia to get less cards in hand. So, hoping for... Does that do it? I think that might actually do it. So we're going to Pokecom. Yeah, that definitely does it. We're going to Nuzzly Gathering first to get this. I think I am going to Communication the Natu away first, just so we can maybe draw a draw supporter or something off of the blender. So we're going to grab the Trumbeak here. Going to get the Trumbeak into the Lost Zone with the ability and play both Emolga with the Lost Blender to get up to 11 Pokemon in the Lost Zone. And we got rid of an Acerola. Not really going to help here because we do get one-hit KOs on everything at this point. But nonetheless, getting rid of a card is never a bad thing. So, just making sure we got 11. 3, 3, 3, 9, 2, 11. Sure. Lost March for the knockout here. Definitely should have not attached that energy turn 1. Oh, and I should have instructed last turn. That is again my mistake. We will definitely see a sea of crushing hammers come down here, but not sure how much it will matter. And of course he flips heads, because that's what decks like this always end up doing. We're going to see a Guzma onto the Oranguru. And most likely a pass. Or, oh wait, alright, so yeah, a pass. I'm going to evolve here. I know I don't have the Jump Fluff in deck, but I'm going to Lost Blender away these two to draw a card. I don't know whether to play it in Whiff. Yeah, I think I do play it in Whiff to draw 3. I do need to actually commit the DCE to Oranguru to instruct here. So hopefully I will hit that. Play down the Trumby, can't hurt. Just a nest ball, so that will do nothing. He's getting pretty close to milling us out here. We do hit the Super Boost, which is not good right now, because if he teams Scroll Grunts, we just lose the game. But we'll see what happens here. 11 cards left in deck, and I think there are all 3 DCE in deck. He's going to Nest Ball, which does give us an answer to his Guzma by letting us Guzma out his Reggie Gigas. Lusamine back his Guzma and Lusamine. Okay. So, just going to Guzma this, use the Grass Energy to take the KO here. Not really much else we need to do because he won't be attacking us or anything like that. So, Lost March for the knockout. Alright, took another net ball. That doesn't do anything anymore because all of our Grass Energy are unfortunately gone. So if he does not have... Oh, he did not play the Guzma here. So if he does not bench a Pokemon, we actually end up winning the game. So he does bench the Shuckle. He does play the Crushing Hammer. So if he does have the Enhanced Hammer here, we just end up losing. Okay, so I do have the knockout on his Shuckle. However, we cannot win this game if he has the E-Hammer, which 100% he has. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to take the risk of committing the Super Boost. And I think we could Lily for 1. Don't want to draw cards at this point, I guess, so we'll just Lost March here. Hopefully he doesn't have the E-Hammer, but at this point in the game, he definitely does, so we'll just have to see. Yep, he does have the E-Hammer, so we will most likely lose at this point. Skull Grunt getting rid of the DCE, adding insult to injury. I'm glad I didn't play that Lily there in case we drew into another DCE. So, at this point, not really sure what there is to do. I'm going to get rid of the Emolga and Great Ball just to draw a card. Drew into the DCE. I am going to commit it to the active because if he doesn't have the answer to it, then we can potentially... Oh no, we are out of Grass Energy completely. So yeah, I'm just going to concede this one. We lost here. good game to my opponent, even though the matchup was terrible. Pretty sure I already conceded. Yep. Unfortunately, we did hit that matchup there, but nonetheless, it did showcase how well this deck could do. And you know what, guys? Just for the heck of it, we are going to open up this Team Up Booster Pack live on camera. So, once it loads up, we can go into the collection here. Go into the packs, open up Team Up. Hopefully, we'll pull something good for you guys. Here, open it up, and haven't opened much Team Up here, so should see a lot of new cards. And what we are going to pull is a Ninetales Not Terrible, a holo card. So yeah, that'll do for this episode, guys. I will see you in the next one. Hope you guys learned something or enjoyed this video. And yeah, once again, see you in the next one. Peace.